Satnam, this is Sri Sandri Kaur for the cycle of the goddess that you are. Today I'm going to talk to you about the energy of this full moon on the 9th June 2017. The energy of this full moon is really good explained using the archetype of goddess Artemis. Artemis was for the Greek the same as Diana was for the Romans. And if you remember the myth, she is the goddess of the moon and the hunting. She used to run and celebrate running freely in the forest with her group of nymphs, and she will be dancing under the moon among the trees in the forest and bathing, swimming with those nymphs in the rivers. So she's a complete woman that is not looking for the support or the validation of the surrounding. She's not needing any man to complete her, or she's not seeking for validation in the surrounding. She's what we say, or what we call a virgin goddess. So the energy of this goddess Artemis explains pretty good what you may be feeling and what is the purpose and the proposal for this full moon on the 9th June 2017. This full moon is the moment in which you are going to harvest all what you planted 6 months ago when the new moon on Artemis happened by the 29th November 2016. It was 5 days after Thanksgiving, and you may remember that by that time you were having a very clear image of your inner truth, of who you were at that moment, and you were feeling the inspiration to start a project or to invest your energy on a particular project that its main focus was to study, to explore your horizons, to expand them, especially your knowledge and your wisdom horizons, in order to improve who you are, in order to develop and manifest the true woman, the true goddess that you are. Artemis at that time, in that new moon in November 16, was inviting you not to wait too long before putting action to this dream, to this vision of what you wanted to achieve, of what you wanted to become. And if you've done so during these 6 months, by this moon on the 9th June, you may be feeling thankful for all this, what you've achieved, or what you've manifested during these 6 months of using this energy. And if not, if you didn't do that, probably that dream or that project that you had become the big excuse. It become like the big escaping way in which instead of taking action, instead of taking yourself into doing, you were like procrastinating and saying, okay, let's say that at that time you said, what I really want to do is to focus myself on entrepreneurship in which I'm going to manifest who I really are, what are my true gifts. And instead of taking action, you kept on doing your regular things. And probably during these 6 months, you've been like pretexting and excusing yourself every time by saying, okay, the moment I start to do this project, the moment I really start to work on that, everything in my life is going to be solved. I won't have any problems anymore with myself. I won't have any issues anymore with my partner. All my economic situation, all my family or my friendship, relationship issues are going to be solved because I will be feeling a lot better and I will be more myself and all that. So that is really the point. Reality versus objectivity and action. So by the 9th June 2017, you are harvesting either these buts and these excuses, the results of this procrastination, or really all the success and all the advances that you may have done during these 6 months in order to manifest your inner truth. So by now, on the 9th June, it's really the moment to thank yourself for doing this job, because this is not magic. This is about energies and the moons and astrology. Is not magic, and I really want to explain this. Often women say to me, this sounds pretty weird, and it is not at all. The point is, we have a life to achieve all this what we want, but we cannot work on everything at the same time, so we really need to prioritize. Why not using the energy of the moon? The energy of the moon is really affecting us. How can we dare to think it doesn't affect us when the moon is creating the tides? So I invite you to tackle one thing at a time using the energy of the moons and the powerful wisdom that using these archetypes is giving to us. All this with Kundalini Yoga is really the means so that we can be working on ourselves moon by moon, menstruating cycle by menstruating cycle, using all these tools from Kundalini Yoga to work on ourselves, to manifest all this what we want for us and for the world, using the gift we've had, because we all came to this world with one purpose, to really share with others our gifts. And often we are so busy in other issues that we don't do our job. So, coming back to the point, on the 9th June, the energy of Goddess Artemis is really encouraging you to take your objectivity and see your options and get your inspiration and your creativity work for you. In these moments, you're going to be very inspired, and a lot of creativity will be like flowing in you, and you will clearly see your options. So the goddess is inviting you to take action, but also is warning you to be careful with emotions and irreality. Goddess Artemis, if you remember the myth, she was challenged by her brother to hunt with her arrow, or send her arrow to a dot far in the distance in the middle of the sea. She was very impulsive, Goddess Artemis. She was very emotional. I mean, in terms of taking challenges, you could bet with her and she would get immediately into the trap. She's quite irreflexive. She won't think twice. She will immediately go for it without having a second thought. So, as a result of that challenge, Artemis, of course, hit the point, hit the goal, and that goal happened to be her lover, Actaeon. And so she killed her own lover just because she didn't think twice. She just went under her emotions of, you challenge me, you say I'm not able, I'm going to show you that I am. And she went and she killed her lover. So this is how Artemis is warning us not to use or not to let excessive emotions, not to let our reptilian brain rule over our lives so that we don't ruin our best efforts. The other warning of this full moon is irreality. Goddess Artemis is the goddess of the moon and the hunting. So under the new moon or under the moon, we are seeing the surrounding, we are seeing the landscape like in a dream. And so we are not really clear with what things are. So everything we decide or what we judge things to be for, it's going to be not realistic. And so any plans that we do under this vision are going to be not real. So Goddess Artemis is really asking you if this what you are seeing, if this how you judge it is objective or is really real, irreal, and to be careful there. And another point, you will be having a lot of desire, inner will to validate yourself. As a result of all the work you've been doing during the winter, in these 6 months, you have a wish, you've been nurturing your true being, and you really want to be you, the object of your desire. Probably you are really willing to invest your energy in developing who you truly are, and all your projects and all your expansion issues in the moment are very related with studying, with getting to know other things, with exploring the world, so that these things will nurture you, will nurture your true being, will help you materialize, will help you show up who you truly are, your inner truth. On the other hand, Artemis walks with these nymphs. So Artemis is really much into relationships, especially with women. Women a little bit younger than you may be, but definitely women. And so Artemis is really taking you to explore and to share with other women. And by exploring and sharing with other women, you are going to make it more real for you, all this what you have inside of you. So to make it short, I would say that in this full moon, Goddess Artemis is encouraging you to commit with action, to do not take that long from the decision, the moment you see your options and you make a choice, and the moment you put them into action, and to use your own resources. Do you remember that in the new moon of this same period, we were on the 25th May, we were under the influence of Goddess Sarasvati, thinking or taking all these impulses, all this information from the surrounding, and the warning and the advice of Goddess Sarasvati was to select, to really pick all this info, but only that info that was really resounding with your own heart, with your own experience, so that you could build up your own wisdom. So if in these 28 days you've been working and doing so, by now you have another approach on your inner truth, who you really are. And so the moment of the full moon is not to take any more info from the surrounding, but with this inner wisdom you've been building, with these inner resources that you as Goddess Artemis have, to take that and to put it into action in the projects that you are already in. Not to start any new projects, not to get into anything new, but to really keep putting action and your energy in those projects in which you are already working on. So action, commitment, being aware of emotions and irreality. These are the hints that the energy of this archetype, Artemis, is providing for us, so that we can make the most of the energy of this full moon on the 9th June 2017. I hope it worked for you. So now.